I think you've spoken about this quite a lot, really. Just the sort of Giant for a Day and Civilian Days. Um, Now, this is where the sort of sound of Gentle Giant definitely changed. Now, was this a conscious decision or did it sort of just happen?
A bit of both. I mean, the obviously conscious decision to do it was real because we recorded it, of course. But certainly, they were conscious about the bands that we were playing with, and but we were sort of bagged as this kind of like experimental bands like King Crimson, like Yes, etc. And we realized that without and radio and the whole world was changing to more of a song based media than just album based. And Yes and Crimson, and not doing well, Crimson, yeah, as well. Bands like Genesis suddenly had hit songs, and were playing to 2 or 3 nights sold out in the gardens. Meanwhile, we were still playing, 1,000, 2,000 seaters, 3,000. So we said, look, let's try something else. And yes, it was kind of a conscious effort. However, at the same time, to be honest, the word progressive means that you progress. You don't stay in one thing. You can't do Acquiring the Taste for 10 or 12 albums. It doesn't make sense, So yeah, we try something different, and if it works, if it works, great. If it didn't work, okay. So you're asking about Giant for a Day. Well, I think in certain respects it worked, but for the most part, it didn't really work because we weren't really that band. We weren't a pop band, or that was the wrong thing. A commercial band, and I think we were trying to be a band who we weren't really meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
So in the respect that what we tried to do, it didn't really work. Okay, look, that's okay. We tried, and it didn't really work. It wasn't who we were. So, but at least we progressed to try. If you don't try, you'll never know. Again, even in the mid period, I don't think that the Power and the Glory was anything like Acquiring the Taste.
Yeah,
Every album is kind of different. Mm. So having John Weathers in the band was a very, very important factor as well, because he was a real rocker. I mean, he was a rock drummer, and that's one thing I'd like to point out, as if you like, in that we're bagged in this progressive mode or title or whatever it means. I think we were a rock band. We love to rock, and again, if you see any YouTube videos or had anyone that's looking at you are of an age that saw us play, we were a real rock band. I mean, we weren't like shoe starers. We weren't musicians that went on stage and pretended we were some classical orchestra. We rocked and we enjoyed it and we had fun.